Hello everyone, welcome to the Continuous Integration and Continuous Deployment training. My name is Andrés, I'm a research software engineer at Princeton, and I'll be going through this training material with you. So let's get started. So first of all, what is CI and CD? So continuous integration, as the name indicates, is the process of continuously integrating all your changes, no matter how small, into the main branch of your repository. This is as opposed to having people work on separate features separately and then trying to merge everything together. The advantage of this, of having everything being integrated continuously, is that everyone works with the latest version of the code, and they can ensure that everything keeps working together nicely. This is done through testing and automatic workflows that make sure of this. We'll talk about this a lot more. And for the continuous deployment part, it's sort of a similar idea, but now when it comes to deploying the code. And this again can have different contexts depending on the project. It can mean that the code gets uploaded to some website, or some website gets deployed, or many different things. So when we are doing continuous integration, one of the main things we care about is to make sure that the code, that the changes that we implemented are not breaking some previous functionality or something else in the code. This can have different this can mean different things in different contexts. If, for example, we're working on a Python package, we'll want to make sure that the functions still run well. If it's some C++ package, we want to make sure that we don't get any errors when compiling or things like that. And we want to make sure that, for example, we get the results that we expect when we run some functions. If we are in some other contexts, let's say we're working on some website, we'll want to make sure that we don't have any typos. So it can mean just very different things. And we'll have these automated processes to make sure that we don't unintentionally break something or damage some aspect of our code. And as for deployment, it again has different connotations. If it's some Python package, we, for example, will want to have some automatic workflow that at certain points uploads the Python package to the Python package index. Or, for example, if we're working on a website, we'll want to make sure that in certain situations the new changes get deployed so that everyone can see the latest version of the website. So it's all depending on context what we mean. And the idea is that all of this will be completely automated, both the integration part and the deployment part. In the integration part, we'll have the most common thing to do is to have various testing phases. For example, we can have some initial testing phase where it does some static testing. For example, it can check that the code changes we made respect the formatting guidelines in our code, or things like that, and that there are no, for example, any typos. But we can also have dynamic tests that, for example, run the code with a fixed set of inputs and make sure that the output that we get makes sense and that it matches sort of like what we expect and what it's supposed to do. So we'll have a bunch of automation. It has a variety of benefits. One important one is that depending on how we set it up, since it's going to be completely automated, there is no way that we can forget to do it. If we're, for example, making some changes to the code, we don't have to remember to run something like PyTest and make sure that everything works. We'll just make a pull request, and then it will automatically run all the tests, make sure that everything is good before even before we merge the pull request. So in that sense, it can't be skipped. We can't get lazy and be like, we just made and think that since we only made a small code change, that everything is going to be fine. It will automatically run the tests. And another benefit will be that it's gonna lower the barrier of entry for external contributors. So if someone runs into our code and wants to contribute to it, they'll just be able to submit a pull request, and they don't have to worry about testing or anything like that. All the testing will be completely automated, and our CI will make sure that everything that they change will work with the rest of the code, that nothing is gonna break. Now, there's a bunch of different products that allow us to do this continuous integration and continuous deployment workflows. Two very popular ones nowadays are GitHub Actions and GitLab CI/CD. But there's other ones that also used to be very popular, like Travis CI and Circle CI. There are some self-hosted ones like Jenkins that are very common for organizations, for example. Today we'll be focusing on GitHub Actions, well, for a variety of reasons. One is that it's extremely popular nowadays. It's very simple to use. The free plan is extremely generous. You can run a lot of workflows for your personal repositories without having to worry about running out of time. So it is very convenient, and it's very useful to you to know about it. So that's it for the introduction. I will see you in the next lesson.